Good evening, people. It's your boy Silvino. I'm here with another video. Yeah, I said it was coming soon, meaning that I just make videos when I feel like it, or if it's my day off. But yeah, I'm here to talk about a very sensitive topic that's probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but you know, it is what it is. I don't really care if it offends anyone or if it pisses them off. This is just my opinion for the most part. Some of what I'm gonna be saying is like factual or just like logical, but most of what I'm saying is from emotion. So if you disagree, go down in the comments and tell me what you hate or what you don't like or you disagree with. We can have a debate. I don't care. I'm not here to like tell people what they cannot do. But what I'm here to do, what I'm talking about today is the problems with the anime community and the things that just piss me the fuck off and make me just not want to be in this community. Actually no, I'm not even in the community anymore. Actually, I pretty much quit. I'm not involved. I'm sorry. I'm not involved in the anime community anymore. I'm sorry if that pisses off a lot of people. I'm sorry if that offends a lot of people. But I'm not involved with your community anymore. And there's a lot of reasons why. We're not like a lot, but like a lot. I can name five reasons. And we're gonna go into the 5 reasons right now. So also disclaimer, if you're not an anime fan, don't watch this video because you won't understand what the fuck I'm talking about if you're not an anime fan. So yeah, just telling you that now. So don't go in my comment section saying what the fuck you talking about, because you know what I'm talking about. Don't be that guy who's just in the comments like, oh, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about something that I don't know about? It's like, why are you here? When I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to people who understand what I'm saying. It's that simple. But anyway, so the 5 topics. Number 1 is going to be the hypocrisy of the anime community. That's the number 1. Number 2 is going to be the tsundere issue. Number 3 is going to be the animation over story issue. And then number 4 is going to be the dense main character cliche. Not really dense, but like just main characters in general and the issues I have with them and how people respond to them. Number 5 is going to be just, you know, like nitpicks of like different little nitpicks. Number 5 is not really gonna be like one little thing, because if it's just one little thing it'll be short, so I want to just like down on some nitpicks. But yeah, like number 5 is just gonna be normal ones. So let's start with number 1, the hypocrisies argument. So Jesus Christ, when it comes to the biggest issue with the anime community is the hypocrisy of the anime community. The anime community are probably one of the most tone deaf people I've ever seen in my life. Like honestly, like not every anime fan is like this. I'm talking about the bad, and I'm talking about the crowd that makes the anime community look bad. That's what I'm talking about. And it is the majority as well, because the majority of anime fans don't actually watch anime. And you know, you're probably thinking, what the fuck does that mean? What I mean by that is that they don't actually watch anime, like they don't analyze they don't criticize anime. They just watch it and say that it's amazing and don't actually criticize what's wrong with it and how it can do better. That's things that they don't do, and that's why a lot of anime suck, is because a lot of the community's like, oh my god, your anime is amazing and there's nothing wrong with it, and then the anime is just the same. It's the same, it doesn't really change, and you get the same things that you've been getting for years, and you wonder why there's no innovation in the anime industry. Is because motherfuckers will say dumb shit like, oh, we don't need this to be new, we just need the same shit, and it's just like, are you serious? How is that creative? How is making the same thing over and over again creative? Explain to me how is using the exact same character archetypes over and over again creative? How is it creative? Explain. There's no creativity in that at all, period. But anyway, like I can give perfect examples of this is look at, for example, the most loved characters in anime. They're either yanderes or tsunderes. Either the two. And it's not a big issue, but it's an issue. The reason why it's an issue is because those characters aren't that interesting. They've been done for years, for like the tsundere archetype was made in the 80s. It's been done for 40 years now, and it's pretty much boring. That's why when I see that character, I'm just there like, are you seriously gonna still use this character even though it's been around for 40 years? Are you not gonna make a new character archetype? Are you gonna use the same character over and over and over again as your female heroine? Like, you get my point. But we'll dive into more of that later on the second one, on the second problem. That's just one example. Another example is how they will say that, oh, one anime is better than the other, and then one anime does better than the other in, like, not just like statistically but also in writing, has better writing than another, and then they will say, oh, it's still amazing anyway. Okay, no one's saying that it's that your show is like the best thing ever. What they're saying is that it has issues, and you guys want to go around and get upset because people don't agree with you. Not everyone has to agree with you. Why do you guys think that everyone has to agree with you because you like an anime, a certain anime that's popular? Like, I don't like My Hero Academia. Does that make me a bad person? No, because I don't have to like what you like. What you like is what you like. What I like is what I like. Don't tell me what I cannot like. That's fucking stupid. If you like My Hero Academia, go ahead. I don't care. That's your life. I'm not gonna tell people what to do with their lives. But don't go telling me what to like. I'm gonna have an argument because that's some bullshit. You can't tell me what I cannot like. That's bullshit. That's complete horseshit. Don't do that. But yeah, like, when it comes to the main, like, the big thing, the biggest hypocrisy, a character does the exact same thing as like a character from like the West, and we just brush it off. Like, for example, you will have like toxic females in anime and we love them, but then you have toxic females in Western shows and we hate them. How does that make sense? It's the same character. How? Explain how that makes sense. Explain how using the exact same character from a Western show and a Japanese show is apparently different. Oh, because the culture's different. What do you mean the culture? They're both women. They're both women. They're both the same. They're both the same anatomy. Oh, because one's Asian and one's like another race. Like, it makes, even if it's like an Asian woman in like a Western show, we still hate them regardless. It doesn't even matter what the race is. It's just the fact that they're from the West, we automatically hate them. But if it's like a cutesy character from like anime, we apparently love them. We're so blinded by fucking shiny things that we don't even realize that we're being sold the same shit. They will give you the same character and they will just make it look pretty, and you think that it's a good, well-realistic character because you're so blinded by the prettiness. I don't fall for that shit, because I see what writers are doing. They're trying to sidetrack you into thinking, oh my god, this character's well written, because they're all cutesy and shit. But when you actually look into the character and ignore what they look like, you realize how bad of a character they are, or just how badly written they are. And that's the biggest issue. Like, look at the most loved characters in anime. Love female characters in anime. Majority of them are yanderes or tsunderes. Tell me if I'm wrong. The majority of them are yanderes or tsunderes. Most of them are not like deres, kunderes, or fucking. There are some exceptions, like that chick from Neon Genesis Evangelion. There's characters like that who are loved, but like they're not the majority. They're the minority. The majority of anime fans love tsunderes and yanderes. It's just facts. It's not an opinion. They're the most popular female cliches in anime. Period. The majority of female characters are tsunderes. By fact, not opinion. Literally, go type in like 50 different animes, and the majority of them will be tsunderes. At least like 30 of them will be tsunderes minimum. I'm not even joking. It's actually ridiculous how many of them there are. But that brings me to number 2. Jesus. Oh my god. Number 2. The tsundere issue. See, when it comes to tsunderes, right, I don't hate the cliche necessarily. I don't personally have a grudge against it. I don't really care about it. But my issue is the fact that anime is shoving this shit down my throat. every fucking time. Almost every anime I watch, because I watch at least like 30 to 40 animes in the last 2 years, and these are animes that have come out recently, not animes that have come out like 10 years ago. Like, these are recent animes, and the majority of those of the animes have tsunderes in them, and people be like, oh, it's popular. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's good. Do not put something in there just because it's popular. That is lazy. That is a definition of laziness, because you know it's gonna get money, and people are gonna be like, oh, that's how anime writers get their money. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but if you're gonna put, okay, get the benefit of the doubt, fine, you put the tsundere trope, make it original, for fuck's sake. Stop making them act exactly the same as every other tsundere character. That's boring. What's the point? What is the point of putting the same character if you're gonna make them act exactly the same as all the other ones? It's just laziness. Like how is that not lazy? How is it not lazy? Explain, please. I need an explanation to how this is not laziness. Like, I'm actually genuinely asking you guys to like give me a good reason to how it's not laziness. I'm actually genuinely concerned, because people try to make it seem like it's not a problem, like, at all. Like, it's okay for like characters to be poorly written, and I'm just there like, huh? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Like, are we taking the piss now? We're gonna keep doing the same bullshit I've been doing for the last 20 years. Actually, not 20 years, 10 years. Because why is it okay for like, oh yeah, actually no, I know why. Actually no, I know why it's okay. I know why the majority of animes are terribly written. Should I tell you why? Because the majority of anime fans don't care about writing. That's why the majority of tsunderes are abusive females. And people are gonna say, oh, they're not abusive. I'm not saying all of them are, but some of them are. And I'm not saying like they're like the worst people in the world or anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that these females are supposed to be the main character's love interest. What kind of love interest abuses their fucking love interest? If a female is in love with you, how is it okay for her to assault you and abuse you? What? How is this okay? Why are we allowing this? Why are we allowing females to literally in shows to literally beat the absolute dog shit out of a dude and think it's okay, but when it happens in real life, it's bad? And it's like, oh, but it's fiction. It's like, what's the reason? Okay, fine. What's the reason though? What's the reason to why she hit him? Oh, he asked her a question, or literally, I'm not even joking. There was a scene in Naruto, right, where fucking Sakura punched Naruto in the face because he literally asked a question. I'm not even joking. You can literally go find it if you think I'm joking. If you think I'm lying, go search it up. Go search up the scene where like Sakura, where Kakashi was talking about Sasuke in the fucking in the one of the arcs after the war, and he basically says that oh Sasuke is going to do something, and then Sakura starts blushing, and then Naruto's like, okay, wait, why are you blushing? And then Sakura decks Naruto in the face, and I'm just like, what? Why? Why? What gave you the right to punch this dude in the fucking jaw? Because he asked a question. The dude didn't even like be rude. He just like, okay, what are you guys talking about? Like any normal person would. And then she gets fucking right hooked in the chin, and I'm just like, what is wrong with this woman? Like, that's not normal. That's not normal behavior at all. That's just, and people are like, oh, it's if you use my argument, I swear to God, man, I hate when people do that shit. They try to dismiss something by, oh, it's anime. That's just how anime is. It's like, what kind of argument is that? Something is, oh, it's just the way it is, bro. It's like, it's that fucking meme. It is what it is. It's like, no, we're not talking about, when this is not a meme. I'm making a genuine argument. That is a problem. That is not good writing. There was no reason for her to hit him. He did not do anything wrong. at all. He literally asked a question and got right hooked for asking a question, and the question wasn't even like embarrassing or sensitive. He just said, "What are you guys talking about?" Because he was confused, and he just gets right hooked in the fucking chin, and I'm just like, how is that okay? Like, that's abuse. That's not for, and people are like, oh, but Sakura healed. I don't give, no, don't try to use that dumb shit by saying, oh, Sakura healed Naruto. If she healed Naruto, why is she treating him like garbage? You don't treat your friends like, I don't give a rat's ass if you're my friend and you saved my life. Don't go beating my ass. That takes away points. You lose points for doing that. You lose points. I don't give a rat's ass if you save my life. You have no right to hit me. You have no right to lay your hands on me. I don't give a shit. And there was no reason for her to hit him. No reason. You get my point. It happens in so many animes where characters will literally beat up a dude for the dumbest reason. Like, literally, he won't even do anything and he'll get his ass whooped. And I'm just there like, how is this funny? I'm just sitting there like, that's horrible. Imagine waking up and getting your ass beat by a girl who's apparently in love with you. I'm just like, I'm fighting back. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But I know people are gonna be in the comments like, oh, Silvino, oh, you're a wife beater. I'm not a wife beater. I'm an advocate for gender equality. No, I'm kidding. But no, like, don't put your hands on me. I don't give a flying fuck. I don't care. I don't care who you are, where you're from. I don't care. We're scrapping. Run me my fade. I don't care. Don't you ever put your hands on me. Man, woman, you're getting rocked, fam. I don't care. You have no right to attack me because you're upset. You're getting rocked, fam. I don't give a damn. Why does Japan think it's okay for men to get abused by females? Like, why do they perceive that? And people say, oh, it's just like, and I'm not talking about in Japan in general. I'm talking about in anime, because it's specifically in anime. It's not really in the sitcoms or like dramas. They don't really have that as much. It's mostly in anime, and I'm just like, why does Japan perceive that? Why did they think that it's okay for like female characters to abuse male characters? Like, it's funny. Abuse is funny when it's really not. It's fucking it's she, and they don't do it in a comedic way. They just literally use the same like layout and template every single time you see it, and you're just there like, are you fucking serious? Are you genuinely kidding me? You're just gonna do the same thing that you did, that every other anime did? I'm just there like, how is that fucking, explain to me how that is well written. How? Because I can't come up with a reason to why that would be well written. I can't. I'm trying to think, and I'm just there. I just there just baffled because I don't have an answer. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't have an answer to that statement, because it's just like, why does every dude need to be fucking have his ass beat? Why how like, could someone give me a good reason to why that needs to happen? Like, you can't. You really can't, can you? I know you can't. I know most of you can't answer this question because you know how stupid it is. Look, deep down, you just don't want to admit it because you don't want everyone else to attack you, and that's another problem. When you don't like tsunderes, people will come and be like, oh my god, they're well written characters, they're so deep. I'm like, why do they need to beat the character's ass? And they will deflect that question. They will deflect, and they will literally like ignore that question so fast because they know that it's true. They'll be like, oh shit, this man asking good questions, say something else. And I'm just like, you shallow motherfucker, because they know that what you're saying is right. They know them female characters had no right to hit those male characters, man. And I'm not trying to make a statement like this. This is not political at all. So don't try to inject that bullshit. We're in that universe. Like, for example, it's mostly in like realistic settings. It's not in like fantasy. It's kind of, not really. And majority of the time, the school like anime, mostly school, it's in a realistic setting, right? Which is human. Obviously, it's like normal everyday life. Like you live, you go to work, whatever, you go to school, take the bus, whatever, take the train, normal day life. How is it okay for female characters to abuse male characters in that universe when it's based on real life? Like you get the point. You're there like, okay, you have a point there. You don't know what to say, do you? At this point, you're sitting there like, fuck. And I'm not even done. I just finished number 2 and now it's at number 3. But anyway, let's get on to number 3. I know this one's gonna spark some controversy. I know this is gonna piss off so many people, and I don't give a rat's sauce if it does. Number 3, animation over story. So when it comes to this, right, you have to look at the most popular animes going right now. What are the most popular animes in the industry? Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and One Piece. I'm talking about anime, I'm talking about manga. And Spy X Family. Yeah, the animes that everyone's watching. Attack on Titan, those animes. So those animes are the most popular animes in right now. Well, the most popular animes in the recent years. Either. And when it comes to those shows, the main thing that all of those shows have in common is the animation. So some of those shows, right, are well written. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just making an example. So those shows have really good animation. But there are shows like Demon Slayer that when you get people like, oh my god, Demon Slayer is the best show ever, and I'm just like, hey, why is it the best show ever? The animation's fire. I'm like, okay, anything else? Or is it because the animation's fire? Is that why the show's good? Yeah, it's like, what makes it different from every other show that has good animation? You see the point, right? They're doing the same bullshit that everyone else does, where they're like, oh my god, this show is good because it has good animation. That's production, people. That's not something you've never seen before. That's production. It's like me going to like a AAA game and being shocked at the graphics. Obviously it's gonna have good graphics. It's a AAA game. It has a AAA budget. You expect it to have good graphics. Why are you surprised when a anime that has high production has good animation? That's just common sense. Like, I get that you can be shocked by it. I'm not saying that you can't, but don't act like it's something you've never seen before. When majority of animes do it. Fire Force, Boruto, with the fight between Naruto and Sasuke and Momoshiki. Like, it's stop pretending like other animes don't have good animation. By saying like it's just only fucking Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer. It's not fucking true. Stop with that bullshit. It's getting on my nerves. Like, stop acting like obviously it has better animation, but not by like a massive amount. By some forms of stretches, but it's not something you've never seen before, because we've had good animation for like almost 10 years now. Look at Kuroko no Basket. That show came out in that anime came out in like 2014. We've had good animation for literally years. Stop pretending like good animation is something you've never seen, is like something that's like some new foreign concept. It's not. That's why a lot of shows are poorly written. Because look at, for example, Demon Slayer. If you take away the animation from Demon Slayer, what do you have? What exactly do you have? What makes that show so special if you take away the animation? Let's say that Demon Slayer has normal production, normal animation. What makes that anime special? Nothing. It will end up just like every other anime. And that's the only thing going for it. That's what happens to God of High School. At least Demon Slayer has better writing than God of High School. I'm not saying it does. I'm not saying it in like Demon Slayer is a poorly written show. It's not. But the writing is not that great. It's not that amazing. I'm talking about the anime, not the manga. People say, oh, the manga's no, I'm not talking about the manga. I'm talking about the anime. I'm talking specifically about the anime. Do not try to bring that argument saying, oh, but the anime is better. No, don't. We're not talking. I mean the manga. Sorry, the manga is better. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the anime. That's the issue. Don't try to deflect. That's what you guys try to do. That's the main issue with like I said, the hypocrisy and the deflection of a lot of like anime fans is that they deflect and they get upset and they get pissed off, and you just they're like, why are you so upset? It's like because they're losing the argument. That's why they're pissed off. It's because what you're saying is true and what they're saying is false, and they don't. I hate that. People hate being wrong. It's just human nature. I don't think anyone likes being wrong. It's fine. But they take it to like the utmost extreme, and it just gets to the point where you're just there like, okay, they have problems. Anyway, as I was saying, when it comes to the story of Demon Slayer, like, there's nothing amazing going for it. Jujutsu Kaisen is more interesting than Demon Slayer, in my opinion. Way more interesting. It has a way more interesting story than Demon Slayer does. Demon Slayer is especially the start of Demon Slayer is very unoriginal. Like, for example, the main character's family's dead. His family dies in front of him. Like, we haven't seen that in any other anime before, where the main character's family dies in front of them. I'm just there like, this is not some foreign concept, people. Stop acting like it is. It's not. So I know people are like, oh, I haven't really seen that before. You have seen that before. It's in a lot of animes where main characters will lose their family. It happens all the fucking time. Stop acting like some new bullshit. The only reason you're invested is because it's your favorite anime and you're being biased. But anyway, let's get on to let's carry on with number 4. Number 3 is not, you don't like the main, like, I don't really need to like get into like proper detail about number 3, because number 3 is just write better stories, man. Stop relying on animation to make your stories good. That it's just boring, because when you take away the animation, the show in itself is not that well written. Like, for example, there's a scene in Demon Slayer where Demon Slayer episode 1, right, where the main character's family dies. They're all dead. They all get killed, and all he has left is his sister, and his sister is a demon. And you know the backstory of like Tanjiro and that if you watch Demon Slayer. But if you haven't, his backstory is, spoiler alert, his backstory is his sister turns to a demon and he has to basically survive and become a demon slayer and find a way to bring his sister back to the way that she was, back to a human. But anyway, damn, my throat. Anyway, when it comes to that part, right? See, understandable for him to be upset, being distraught of his family dying. It's traumatic. But tell me why this motherfucker did not cry after, like, he cried, right? He cried, like, then, like, when he's like going, you never really see him like break down after all the bullshit that's happened, after him losing his family and his sister's a demon and he has to like carry her throughout the, yeah, you get the point. Like, he's motivated and shit. I understand that. But tell me why, when that dude that died in, what's his name? I forgot his name. That fiery haired dude from the movie. He dies in the movie, right? And that's how season 2 starts, with him dead. And Tanjiro starts crying, and I'm like, okay, he's crying over a dude that he just met in less than a day. But anyway, and I understand why he cried, because the dude was a nice dude. I understand. Okay, understandable. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. He cries because the dude died. Fine, I'll give you that. But why is he still crying after, like, his father brings it up again? He starts bawling his eyes out over it. And I'm just like, why is this man such a crybaby? I can't stand those type of characters. I'm just saying, just as a side note, I hate crybaby characters. I hate characters who cry their eyes out and just like be bawling in tears every time, and I'm just there like, shut the fuck up, please stop bitching and moaning. I'm not in the mood for your bullshit. Please stop doing that. I cannot stand it. I can't stand crybaby characters. They piss me off so much. I'm sorry if that gets anyone upset or annoyed. I had to just say that, because that shit irks me. It annoys me. It gets me so mad when I see those characters. They get me tight. They get me so fucking angry, because I'm there like, for fuck's sake, you're not 5. You're not 5 years old. Like legit, like, and it's not even, yeah, like it's not even in like moments you would expect them to cry. It's in moments when you don't expect them to cry, and that's why it's more annoying. But anyway, let's get on to number 4, because I've already talked about number 3. Just like main consensus, just the right better story. Stop like writing characters who don't have any depth to them. Like, there's no depth to Tanjiro. There's no depth to his character. He's very simple. He's a very basic, one-dimensional character. It's not that interesting. The only interesting thing is that he turns a demon king. Like, we haven't seen that before. Where main character goes into the dark side. That apparently makes him a well-written character, for him to go to the dark side. oh my god, he's now a bad dude, or he's now like has this power up that makes him into like evil and shit. Like we haven't seen that through every other character. Fucking Yusuke Urameshi, Ichigo Kurosaki, Gon. Like, you man are not original at all with that bullshit of the main character like embracing his darker side. Like we haven't seen that for the last fucking 20 years. Like, Jesus Christ. It's not original, like literally at all. It's the most unoriginal thing to do with the main characters, to make them have a dark side. I'm just like, are you fucking serious? You could have done anything else. Okay, just make him have a dark side. At least they wrote Eren Yeager better, because at least Eren Yeager, fam, he's fucking like, when he becomes like more of an asshole, you understand why he's like becoming so evil. Like, it's not like a power up. It's just like him. It's not. The thing is, what I like about Attack on Titan is that this is an example of how to write a well-written show with good animation. Is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is both a well-written show and has really good animation. It has both. It has the two. It has best of both worlds. And the main reason why Eren is better than Tanjiro is because Eren does not get power-ups where he's like, oh my god, I'm the dark dude now, I'm like the dark, I have a dark power. It's like, no, he becomes more dark as a person as the show goes on. His personality changes, and that makes him way more of an interesting character than Tanjiro, where the reason why Tanjiro probably changes his because of the power-up he's given. No, Eren changes of his own free will. Tanjiro changes because of his power. So it's more lazy. And people say, how is that more lazy? Because it's basically forced. He's forced to change. You don't understand why. He's got a demon mark, so now he has to change, and you're just there like, why? Like, why does he have to? So it's basically forced, and it has like with Eren it's different. It's not really forced. It's he chose to be that way. Chose to act like that, and it makes it relatable. Because people choose to do things. The majority of people aren't forced to do things unless they need to survive. But when it comes to like how they act, it's their decision for the most part. That's why it's more relatable. But anyway, let's go on to number 4, which is dense characters. Oh my god. I'm gonna hate this part. This quiz is gonna get me tight. I'm gonna get so angry. I can't stand dense characters. Like just main characters in general who are just like that characters. Like, I'll give you a perfect example of a dense character who I fucking hate, and who on why like I never like this character archetype. Ishiko Yamura from Infinite Strash is the densest character in anime, period. I've watched 300 to 400 different animes, and this dude is one of the most densest characters I've ever seen in fiction. Jesus Christ, he's so stupid. Even Homer Simpson is more socially aware than him. That's how bad his social awareness is. It's horrendous. Like, Jesus Christ, I don't understand why the writers thought it was a good idea to make a character this fucking dense. How would you make a character that dense? He's more dense than than fucking Wolverine Skeleton, fam. Wolverine Skeleton is child's play compared to this man's how dense this man is. Fucking hell, fam. Jesus Christ. There's a scene in the movie, right, where he has to pull all 6 of them out of the fucking chain of their sleep through the fucking crowd. There's the simulation shit. They're in a simulation and they have to be pulled out. And each of the simulation is recording their deepest and darkest desires come to life, basically. When it comes to like simulating their deepest, darkest desires, and all of them are the main character. It's a horror anime, by the way. Another anime. I hate horror animes, by the way, if you're wondering. I don't like them. But we're not talking about that. But anyway, he pulls all of them out, and while he's pulling them out of the simulation, he asks the dumbest question of all fucking time. Why are all of them involving me? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? They literally explain to you that all of the simulations are their deepest, darkest desires, and you're asking a stupid question. Can you not put 2 and 2 together? You that retarded that you literally can't put two and two together. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that. It doesn't take a fucking, even a child, even a 10-year-old could realize a girl likes it. If I told a 10-year-old, you see that simulation, right? You'd be like, yeah, that's her deepest, darkest desires. That's how she thinks and feels. And you'd be like, oh, and then he looks and sees that it's him. He'd be like, oh, she likes me. Be like, yeah, exactly. A 10-year-old. This man's, I've never seen a motherfucker so stupid in my entire life. I was sitting there like, why did I even watch this bullshit? I was so heated. I've never been so angry at a show before in my life. I wanted to break something. That's how angry I was. Because of how much time I wasted watching this garbage. Infinite Stratus is trash. That show is hot garbage, fam. Oh my god. 2-pack of ass. Keep a $1.50. A 2-pack of ass. That's what that is. It's just fucking garbage. Don't get that shit out of my face. Oh my god, that show is terrible. I've never seen a show so badly written in my entire life. Who thought it was a good idea to write? Whoever wrote that script needs to be fired. I'm sorry. Whoever wrote the script for Infinite Stress needs to be fired. They need to be fired. They don't know how to write characters at all or write scripts. The writers of that show need to be fired. They need to be fired straight away. That shit was terrible. The only reason that shit flew in Japan is because Japan is sensitive about relationships and that. But in this country, it probably bombed because they realized how stupid and dense the main character was. But anyway, when it comes to like, I'm not just gonna talk about dense character. I'm also gonna talk about like when it comes to the main character, the nice guy cliche. The nice guy cliche is boring. It's not entertaining. It's boring. It's very boring. I don't care about it at all. I don't care about the nice guy cliche. Unless they, like, for instance, what they do with, like, Gon. Like, characters like Gon are now interesting. And the guy from Clannad, Tomoyo. I love his character in Clannad because Clannad is my favorite romance anime, by the way. Which probably might turn off a lot of people. I don't care. But I know I won't make a video about that. I won't make a video about why I like Clannad. I'm on anime channel. I'm mostly a gaming channel. You're probably wondering, if you're mostly a gaming channel, why'd you make a video about anime? Because I wanted to get this on my chest. I wanted to like give my opinion on my issues with this community and why I don't like about this community and what I learned. Because I know some people who have watched this video are gonna agree with me. What I'm saying. Obviously not everything, but like majority of what I'm saying, people are gonna agree with me and be like, okay, I understand what you're saying. And I agree as well. Oh yeah, yes my bro, speak your truth. And I'm like, yeah, but anyway, the nice guy character is boring as hell. I'd rather deal with a nice guy character than deal with a dense character 10 times over. I'd rather deal with fucking Gon than deal with Ishka 10 times over. I do not give a flying fuck. I would rather fucking fall down a flight of stairs than watch Infinite Stratus again, fam. Fucking hell. That shit was horrendous. I would be so, oh my god. If I watched Infinite Stratus again, I'd probably break something. I'd probably break my fucking monitor or some shit. I don't even know. I'd probably break some shit. I don't even know what I'm gonna break. Because that shit would drive me insane. Of how retarded that main character is. But yeah, you get my point. I'd rather the next character is more like less. It's not as bad, but it's not amazing. I'd rather have more like characters like Yusuke Urameshi and Ishiko Kurosaki. Those type of characters we need to bring the like more delinquent characters into anime because I've only really seen like JoJo. Like JoJo had delinquent characters because Araki was very like influenced by delinquents in the 80s, which was very popular in the 80s, if you didn't know that in Japan. The delinquents, like that's why a lot of delinquents, a lot of like Yakuza, because of the Yakuza and because of all that shit, that's why there's a lot of delinquents. The Yakuza was very popular in the 80s. Jesus, you get the point. Like they're more originality, but you don't see that, to be honest. You don't really see that shit, unfortunately. But it is what it is, to be honest. What can you do? What can you do? But anyway, let's talk about number 5. Number 5 is conclusion and nitpicks. So one nitpick I have with anime is that why is it every fucking female character is in love with the main character for no good reason other than she's the main character. Like they don't actually give a good reason other than she's a love interest. Like they inject the love interest character, like for example the Black Clover. where like female characters are in love with the main character. I'm like, why? It doesn't add to the story. It don't make the story good. If you're gonna do it, make it make sense. Don't just put it into the story for the sake of doing it. Because you got characters like Noelle and that other chick who's just in love with the main character for no good reason other than the main character is the main character. And I get that, oh, here Nasa's swollen that. I'm not saying that it's the worst reason for them to be in love, but like you're just there like, really, that they love this dude, and I'm just there like that's a little bit I'm a little bit like indifferent about that. But yeah, like if you want to do it, but make it make sense. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, another nitpick that I have is the fact that legit motherfuckers will have a whole conversation and then start scrapping. I'm just like, why didn't you man just scrap in the first place? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, I'm there sitting there like, when is man gonna fight? And I'm sitting there just waiting. It's just nitpicks, bro. It's just fucking nitpicks. And animes, and the thing is, bro, you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with the anime community? Because I'm just saying, oh, anime cliches that I don't like. That's what you think. The problem is that all these, and that is probably the problem is that all of these cliches I named, the anime community likes these cliches. That's the problem. These topics are the reason to why I have an issue with anime community, because they think that these are good. The dense character cliches well written. The fucking the nice guy characters are well written. The nitpicks are just nitpicks. They're just my personal gripes. I don't think majority of people will care. But that's why I said that's why I left for number 5 for last, because last is just nitpicks. But the first four, or the 4 in general, those are the issues with the anime community. They like that shit. They love that shit. They love the fucking tsunderes. They love the yanderes, the hypocrisy of it, and the fact that it perpetuates a fucking boring cycle that you've seen over and over and over and over again. Like, legit, like, I remember seeing a video talking about and problems with tsunderes, right? And the guy made very good points about how abusive the females were. And the anime community went in his comment section and pretty much just like fucking I was saying like stupid ass comments. Like, I remember one dude was like, saying, never mind, I can't remember what he said. Never mind. I won't try to recite it. I'll probably have to look it up and then I'll just put it on screen so that you guys can read it. I'm not even gonna like try and say it. I'm just gonna make you guys read it instead. I'm not even bothered. You get my point. Like, they just went in. Like, obviously they weren't attacking most of them agreed with him, but some of them were just saying dumb ass shit. Like, trying to defend the cliche and say that it's okay. Trying to make it sound okay. You get my point. This is not towards every anime fan. This is towards some of you guys who like this shit. If you like this shit, that's fine. But don't go around saying this is what makes anime great, because it doesn't. It ruins anime in the long run. This is why a lot of animes are poorly written and are not interesting to watch, because the majority of the main characters are not. The majority of the animes are just boring as fuck. And you're just there like, fucking hell, why am I watching this? It just drives you nuts, and you're there like, why? Like the nitpick part, like the female characters doing that shit, like, they like that shit as well, and it's just they're like, bro, are you serious? Like the fact that the main character never loses a fight for like no good reason other than he's the main character. Like, if they give a good reason, then I'll be like, alright, fine. Like, for instance, Alucard. The reason Alucard can't always wins is because he's fucking Dracula. He's literally Count Dracula, one of the strongest mythical beings in existence in fiction. Like, literally, Dracula's fucking OP. So I understand why Alucard never loses. It makes sense. But when you give a shitty reason for it, I'm just there like, seriously gonna do the same bullshit that every other character does, and not give, and every other writer does, and not give a good reason for it. It's fucking bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And that's the main reason to why I don't watch a lot of anime. These are just a couple. These are not the only reasons. There are other reasons why, but these are the main problems I have. This is the reason why I don't like watch anime like I used to. Because the anime community will not listen to criticism. They will get upset and get annoyed at people who have actual criticism towards their medium. And that is the reason why anime is declining, and why anime is getting worse and worse over the years. And you will see it. You will see it. People will be like, oh, you don't see it. You will see it. you'll see the decline, and you'll start to know. The same with gaming. The same happened with gaming. Gaming got worse over years. People act like it was getting better, but it wasn't. It's the same with anime. It's gonna get worse over time, and then you'll see it and you'll be like, oh fuck. You'll be like, oh, it's too late. People only act when it's too late. They don't act when it's happening, unfortunately. So yeah, that's this video. This video is gonna take so long to edit. Fuck. It's gonna take me at least like 2 hours to edit, fam. I don't even know how long it's gonna take me to edit this video, but it's gonna take me a fucking long time. I mean, it ain't gonna be a while until I release this video. Fuck, you know. Jesus Christ. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you disagree, say what you disagree. I just basically just say what you want. I don't give a fuck, to be honest. If it pisses you, if this video pisses you off and it pisses you off, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to like speak my opinion about the anime community and problems I have with it, and how the thing is, even if this video actually gets like a lot of views, which it probably won't, but if it does, to like all the anime community right there, you might need to stop doing this bullshit. Like you might need to like stop going like trying to make it seem like every anime is well written and all of this, and try to make anime like some amazing thing. And they would try to use argument like, oh my god, but the West is. No, we're not talking about the West. That's deflecting. We're not talking about the West. We're talking about the end. We're talking about anime in general. Obviously, anime has done things better over the years that all animes have not done, like animation and framing and some like forms of anime, like some forms of like art style, having various different art styles and shit. But that's really the only main things you can name. Obviously there are others, but I'm not off the top of my head. I can't really think of one of the others off the top of my head. But yeah, that's all I have to say. Like, comment, subscribe if you want. This video probably take like an hour or two to edit, maybe 3, maybe 4, depends. But yeah, like, it is what it is. I'm gonna see you guys later.